All right, guys, welcome to the MrMaple Show. I'm Corbin, and I'm here with Dylan, man.
What's up, everyone?
Today, we're going to be talking about his top 5 Japanese maples, and maybe a conifer in there of, his top trees that he shot B-roll on. Shooting B-roll, it's an intimate thing sometimes, man. You're really getting up close and personal with a tree. Sometimes it gives you a little bit more respect for the tree, I think, because you're kind of looking at it in a different way. You're trying to frame things. And you've gotten to travel a little bit with the MrMaple crew, man, and pick some of your favorites here.
Yeah, I've been here for a couple years now. I've been trying my best to get my hand in every department that I can, wear as many hats as I can, and this is my first little bit into the media department, besides doing a few videos, is just going around shooting some B-roll and trying to help fill up our backlog. It's a super important part of what we do here at MrMaple. It really allows us to show off some of those key characteristics on these trees. So my top 5 Japanese maples and maybe a conifer that I've shot B-roll of starts with number 5, Acer Japonicum Vitifolium.
That's a great choice, man. We were looking through the list. I got all my B-roll, kind of sorted out a little bit. Pretty decent. We saw Vitifolium. I know Tim might have thrown this on his top 5 a week or two ago, but it had to make our list because the fall color was dope this year.
Yeah, it was at Dr. Critico's, just right down the road here in Flat Rock. His garden is amazing. And every time I see these trees as in the ground specimen, it's mind-blowing. But we got to go at the peak of fall, and those soft orange colors that we saw, just beautiful. Big Japonicum leaf gives you a great canvas for it. It was a really, really amazing tree.
Yeah, it's just so cool how the pastels of the color can really bleed into almost like the vibrant neons and the Vitifolium. Especially with that larger Japonicum leaf, you're going to get a large canvas for fall colors. And also Japonicums are known for consistent, very vibrant fall colors, and they're known for their structure as well. Every time I think about a Japonicum, I think of this rigid kind of outstretched structure on the tree. And I just love being able to look up into this Vitifolium. Where he's kind of on a sloped hill, and the sun was kind of pushed just past almost the top of that hill, right where that sunlight was just pouring through that tree. And I think it caught all of our attention while we were there.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to number 4.
All right, my number 4 Japanese maple is Acer Palmatum Koyamadani Nishiki.
Yeah, this is a tree. I've been pushing this really hard in my top 5s. Might have twisted Dylan's arm on there just because this is one of my favorites. And to see it in that vibrant, yellow fall color was just really awesome this year. I hadn't got to see it at its peak.
It was beautiful. So yellow. The color of it reminds me a lot of the aspen groves that I grew up around in the Rocky Mountains. Just a bright yellow color. And again, I'm big on Japonicums. This is a Palmatum, but I think I love Japonicum so much because of the unique leaf shapes. And Koyamadani Nishiki is up there with anything as far as unique leaf shapes go. It's almost like a clover rather than a leaf. It's amazing. Yeah,
I just think about that leaf shape. I think, show me another tree that has a leaf shape like that sits in Palmatum. It almost reminds me of some species maples, which I really love about it. From the late great Yano-san, got to visit World Maple Park in Japan and tour through some of the amazing maples that he has there. And knowing that, one of my favorite maples, came from Japan, came from that park. And it's something that you get to see around North Carolina, which is crazy. Here at the nursery, Matt and Tim's mom and dad have one. And there's also a really beautiful one at Critico's. And just seeing the full spectrum of that leaf, sometimes it has a little bit sharper of a leaf on, I think, some of that new growth. But as it kind of matures out, you really start to get this dramatic rounded lobes on that tree. If you don't have one of those, I would definitely look into getting one, especially seeing a large specimen like we got to see.
So cool. So cool. Number 3, Acer Palmatum eye candy.
Working in the media department, man, you got a little taste about what that eye candy's about. Not just, shooting the B-roll on it, but trying to figure out, how to go about the best ways of doing this one. This one's pretty easy to take a picture and some videos of, isn't it, man?
Speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. I love the Higaseyama type variegation. That dappled, it gives such texture to the leaves, almost like there's little dimples in it all the way throughout. The eye candies that are out in Buckholz are just phenomenal. To see them full height with variegation top to bottom, it's amazing. It's amazing. To think that our 1 gallons turn into those over time is so very cool.
It's so awesome too. Like, whenever you are only working with 1 gallons, I feel like it kind of warps your perception. You maybe see 2 different trees that look similar, but then they have completely different habits over time, which I love. That Higaseyama group is kind of just filled with some heavy hitters. Eye candy is just so beautiful. There's like this realm, like this kind of section of trees, or I kind of think that they evoke like almost like a firework, or like a trail that a firework leaves behind. I think eye candy is one of those. I mean, to see it just kind of throw these long, kind of almost cathedral-like growths with pushing out some leaders out through the sides, and just how densely packed each branch is so amazing. I know that you were checking it out, maybe not fall color, but those colors were really interesting. You kind of get some of those greens peeking through, some yellows, and you still have pinks on it like right before fall time.
Amazing. A not quite tie-dye, but near tree, especially for a palmatum. And variegated. The fall performance, though, is a little bit early when I saw it. The fall performance is amazing for a variegated tree. So very cool.
Yeah, I mean, Talon, he doesn't miss whenever he puts a tree in the trade. Eye candy is one that continues to impress people here at the nursery and people all around the United States. So, might want to look into that.
Acer Palmatum eye candy. Number 2, Acer Japonicum Abbey's Weeping.
Man, this is not a tree to be weeping about, though, man, right? Like, this tree will make you jump for joy, I feel like.
I say it every time I'm big on Japonicums. They are my favorite species of Japanese maple, but the Abbey's Weeping out in Buckholz, one of them, not quite all the way in full color, but it gives you a good size of what it can be over time. And then the smaller one was in that full fall color. Pink, maroon, red, just beautiful. Huge divided lace leaf, but still definitely Japonicum. It's amazing. I had to get one. As soon as I got back from Buckholz, I scooped myself up one here at the nursery, and I can't wait to get it in the ground at home.
Dude, I think that's like, if you're torn on picking up a Japonicum, look at the fall color on this right now that we're showing up on this video. I was talking about this in Lieutenant 10 the other day, but it's just like with Japonicums, the color of the fall time, it feels like it's changing by the minute. Like if we ever set up a time lapse on a Japonicum leaf, I feel like you could slowly watch that color move through and change, because those vibrant purples are kind of first to emerge, and then they just transform into these beautiful oranges and red colors. It really is unlike anything else. It's so interesting how that kind of shakes out. But yeah, Abbey's Weeping, beautiful mounding habit as well. Like I think that a lot of maples can be used for that ground cover. It's an underutilized thing. It's going to take a little bit of time, man, but what good thing doesn't take a little bit of time, man?
That's it.
But yeah, the leaf structure on this tree, the form it has, it's just so beautiful. It's going to be a little bit slower growing than a lot of the other Japonicums as well, which can be nice since, gardens are getting a lot smaller these days. But why not utilize that space to the best of your ability? Throw something in there that's going to have a lot of textural contrast with everything else in the garden and give you some awesome fall color.
Absolutely. Alrighty, everyone. Number 1, as I said, maybe a Japanese maple, maybe a conifer. I've got Pinus thunbergii, Kyoko Yatsubusa.
Man, this pine was pretty dope. I'd never heard of it before. I looked at some of the B-roll that Dylan shot on there. It just kind of like evoked a certain emotion out of me. And Brian was looking at it too. He was very impressed, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, we were at Jeff Herbst's house in Oregon on our last day on my trip out to Buckholz, and got to see a handful of these cork barks. The Kyoko Yatsubusa in particular really, really caught my eye. It's very low-lying, but its structure is just amazing, and the bark performance, I mean, it is so very cool. So much texture, just almost alien looking in comparison to what you see in so many ornamental trees. I, again, scoop myself up Pinus thunbergii cork bark. I don't think we've offered the Kyoko Yatsubusa here yet at MrMaple, but it is coming, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it says something whenever Matt and Tim see something in the garden, in the landscape, and then they immediately want to get it in production. I think that's super awesome. I'll be definitely looking forward to seeing that tree. The cork barks are some of my favorite things. You know, you get this crazy kind of malformed, irregular bark. And yeah, if you ever peeled it off, you know, maybe don't go peeling this off in somebody else's gardens. But I've definitely seen some cork bark out there in the wild. Peel it off, and it's just a strange like mutation that's going on. It has like this, it looks so strong and old out there in the garden. It has this great structure. You can tell it was very well pruned and manicured. And I just love whenever you can do like slight pruning to really accentuate the habits of a tree. And getting that up close shot is just super dope. I think people sleep on the fact that, you know, we're called MrMaple, dude, but we got some of the craziest conifers around too, man. And we're just trying to get those newer things in production, because that's something I love here, is like being on that cutting edge of, you know, the horticultural interests, I guess. You know, I like to, you know, be a trendsetter a little bit. So I think that's pretty cool. And I mean, it's always fun to shoot some videos too, I think, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. It gives you a new sort of appreciation for the trees. It allows you to look at it. It makes you think about looking at it from different angles, and what really highlights, what are you trying to see in this tree that is special, that makes it unique from the trees next to it of other cultivar, or even of the same cultivar.
That's one of my favorite things. It's like, I've always been sort of a storyteller and that sort of thing. And being able to tell a story through a tree is really cool, honestly. And I'm happy that we get to post videos on the YouTube and just enjoy that sort of thing. But we really appreciate you guys checking out Dylan's top 5 Japanese maples and a conifer that he shot some B-roll on. Man, he's worked on some pretty heavy-hitting videos. If you saw that bonsai Mirai video, you know, he was doing some camera work on that, man. I think he killed it. That video is pretty dope.
It was so cool.
And yeah, I'm just excited too, because a lot of the stuff that Dylan has been working on, we're kind of ironing out, getting it tuned up so that it can come, you know, straight on that YouTube premiere to y'all. And yeah, if you like this video, make sure to drop a like. If you really loved it, you know, maybe subscribe. If you really want to help us out, go shop on MrMaple.com, because that supports us the most. And yeah, we really appreciate you guys watching. So take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.